You know, I understand. Roman Reigns did not win the WWE World Heavyweight title. And I know that throughout this week, throughout the build of WrestleMania, all of us here were doing this whole cock fist party thing. And you know what? What I want to say right now, okay, I want to give a big shout out to all the people who were complaining and bitching and moaning. Shout outs to everyone who canceled their WrestleMania trips because Daniel Bryan did not main event. Y'all know who the fuck y'all are. I know some of these fuckers who were bitching and complaining, did videos on YouTube saying, "Oh, I'm not going to Mania no more. I am upset. This is bullshit." You know? Oh, but at the end of the day, all I'm going to say, WrestleMania was good.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
And yeah, this is your WrestleMania 31 review. Seth Rollins shocks the world. That's probably the best way I can say it right now.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
I thought it was an awesome surprise. It was an awesome twist.
Exactly. Now, to all the people out there right now who are celebrating that Rollins won the championship, I want you to understand this, though.
I called it.
You did call it. Yes, you did.
No, I expected that too, because they were not going to have Reigns fucking walk out as champ. Get out of here.
Yeah. But what I want to say, though, is to all the people out there who are celebrating right now that Seth Rollins is the new champ, you guys realize that down the line, Roman Reigns is still going to be the guy in the company.
Yeah, but that's down the line. You can celebrate right now. Yeah, you celebrate. It's their time.
Let people celebrate, man. I'm celebrating because here's the thing. I was one of the only few fuckers here in like the YWC when Seth Rollins turned heel. I was defending that shit. I was saying, no, dude, you people need to shut up about Seth Rollins turning heel as a bad thing because this is going to help this dude become a champion. And look at that. He's the champion. He's the first Shield dude to become the champion. If you talk about the Shield dudes becoming champions, no one in their mother had Seth Rollins being the first one. No one. Only if you were like some ROH indie mark that was like, oh, Tyler Black is the greatest wrestler of all fucking time. You were the only one saying that. Everyone was saying Cockfist would win a championship before him, and everyone said Dean Ambrose would win a championship before him. Even when Seth Rollins had the Money in the Bank, everyone thought, oh, yeah, you could probably just cash in and fail. So, like, when it comes down to it, Seth Rollins becoming champion, it's a win. It's a win. The WWE finally has a heel in their fucking company that matters. Finally.
Indeed. Exactly. At the end of it, that's all that matters right now, you know? And, again, by the way, guys, I'm not alone, as you can see. I'm heel. But then again, you all knew that already. I guess we're kind of late for the introduction, aren't we? We're kind of late with it now.
Yeah.
Fuck the introductions.
Yeah, I think people know who we are.
Yeah.
Exactly. Knowledge of Wrestling, OK Fave, the Unigamer 661, and Chase Oliver 68. Gentlemen, again, what a good WrestleMania overall. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You know?
That caught me off guard, I'm not going to lie.
I barely got bored. I mean, the only moments were the ones that I actually expected, like
I'll be
performances.
honest.
And the Divas
I got
match.
a little bored during the Russo Cena match. I got a little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, that's to be expected, though. Rusev is always boring to watch.
No, it picked up near the end for me.
Didn't lose my interest.
I thought Cena was interesting in that match because he tried to do some new moves.
Springboard. That was cool. I won't say mark out, but that was pretty cool.
What was that, like a springboard stunner?
Yeah, springboard stunner. That was
That was interesting.
Exactly. But yeah, WrestleMania kicked off with the pre-show.
2 hour long pre-show.
2 hours. It should have been an hour.
Mind you, I was watching some of the kickoffs. I was watching it because I was bored, so fuck it, right? And it was funny because Booker T was trolling the fuck out of Byron Saxton.
Well, with the book?
With the book, and just getting trolled on and shit. It was funny. But overall, yeah, so the show kicked off with the pre-shows. The first pre-show match was the four-way tag team match. It was Kid Sorrow, so that's what I'm calling it now, Kid Sorrow or Sorrow Kid.
Sorrow.
Defending their tag titles against Los Matadores, the Usos, and
New Day.
The New Day, the Blue
So
Day.
new. Yes.
Yeah, it's a new day. Yeah, it's a new day. And
They blew the
overall, I
hell out
thought
of
this match, okay, it was there. Okay, it was an okay match.
This match was a cluster, man. It was just all over the place. Even the referee botched that like a bunch of times during this match. It was just a cluster, dude. I was so scared, though. I was so scared because I thought the Los Matadores were gonna win. I was like, fuck. I said on the show that I had to jump off my roof and say "Olay" if they fucking won. I was fucking scared, dude. I was like, oh no, they're gonna win this shit. I'm gonna have to go fucking do something stupid now.
I thought the New Day would win.
Hey Steve, why isn't Chase on this panel? Well, you know Los Matadores, right? Oh shit.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, the Matadores. Yeah, they won the tag title. So yeah, he had to ship off away to up his roof. But yeah, the moment of the match, one of the Usos got injured, so I think Naomi filled in for one of the Usos. Technically, you think about it, she's an Uso, right? Technically.
Yeah. She married into him.
A lot of interactions here. The highlight for me as well was Natalya doing the sharpshooter on El Torito.
Oh, I was laughing so hard. I was so hard. That was so funny.
Yeah, I missed that match because I was like, I don't know, I just didn't really have too much interest in the pre-show, so I was just cooking some carne asada and getting ready for Wrestlemania.
I understand, dude. That's totally fine, you know.
Yeah, the match was just all over the place. I agree. It was okay to see. I mean, the right guys won, so.
Yeah. So what happened was one of the Uso, again, either Jimmy or Jay, they all look alike, sorta.
It was Jay. It was Jay.
All right, Jay Uso was going to do the frog splash, right? Did the frog splash?
Jimmy. It was Jimmy. I thought you were talking about the one that got injured.
No, Jimmy Uso did like the frog splash, not the super fly splash, right? I mean, before he did it, Cesaro tagged his ankle, whatever. So he got the pinfall win. So there you go. Again, clusterfuck match, but I thought again it was a okay match for me. Then you get the battle royal. This really got me upset. Okay, so you put this in the pre-show just for a swag fag performance by a swag fag rapper that will never amount to anything in his career, and a rip-off Iggy Azalea. That's pretty much
what Skylar Gray? No, what the fuck? What are you talking about, Steven? This shows you don't listen to me. This is why. This shows you don't listen to music. You're comparing Skylar Gray's music to Iggy Azalea. I want to hump. Like what? No.
Again, this sounds whatever.
But here's Skylar Gray and Iggy Azalea are not the same. Kid Ink is a terrible rapper. Kid Ink is terrible. Yeah. But
that was just a horrible show. Honestly, that was just
the point is though, you play. Think about it. Andre the Giant is this legend, this big figure, if you will. You think of a battle royal, you think of a Giant,
right?
And think about this, right? Andre the Giant will be rolling in his grave right now if he found out if they put his match, his specialty in a pre-show for a swag fag performance that no one gave a fuck about.
That's the bitter part of it.
That shits on the memory of Andre the Giant, in my honest opinion.
If it was a battle royal, any other kind of battle royal, I'd be relatively okay with it because it's in memorial to Andre. It's kind of one of those like.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's really disrespectful. He's the first Hall of Famer. His matches on the pre-show,
especially like to a song that, once again, like I said in the previous podcast, I would rather 69 a grizzly bear than hear that shit. I would rather put my balls in a crocodile's mouth while having my head shoved up a unicorn's ass than hear that shit. I would rather put my face on a grill and barbecue my own face than have to listen to that shit.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. All right. But
this is being oddly specific.
So, again, the Battle Royal, for what it was, it didn't really feel the same because of that exact reason. The favorite I thought went was Ryback. It's a funny thing because I would expected them, to have everyone come out one by one, but they had everyone come out together to the ring. You know what
They
I'm
don't
saying?
got
And
time for
Tommy,
one by one.
and Tommy didn't feel like a big deal.
Oh
You know
no,
what I mean?
he barely
He
did.
felt like I knew that he wasn't going to win or be a big impact once Big Show put him in the corner and said, "Welcome, bitch." He snapped his fucking chest.
And exactly, it's sad. It really is, you know. But I do feel that at the end of the day, tomorrow night on Raw, Finn Balor will debut. That's my feeling overall.
No,
You
dude.
kind of get
There's too much. There's too much on this episode. Normally, I would agree with you, Steven, but I feel like there's too much going on for this week's episode for them to really want to debut Finn Balor. I mean, you have a lot to address on this week's episode, and plus with the rumor that Sting and Undertaker are going to be on this show, yeah, I don't see Finn Balor debuting tomorrow.
I mean, you never know.
And the return of Sheamus.
Yeah, and the return of Sheamus, man. Come on.
Yeah, never say never.
Come on, man.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't think he's going to debut tomorrow, though. I think there's still time for him on NXT to debut, to work on. But this Battle Royale, I thought it was booked correctly. I thought it was booked well, minus the ending, whoever won. I was all like, that was the worst part. That was the worst part, in my opinion, was the winner. I felt they booked it correctly.
What's the point of Big Show winning, man?
Here's my take, right? You know, you think about it, right? It was, I don't know. I'm kind of in the mix.
It's because he's been with the WWE for so long, and he gets to Andre the Giant comparisons. That's why they made him win.
Yeah, see, I don't feel like he deserves it, though, man. Like, this is like, look, okay, I get it, pay respect to the Big Show, but really, to be honest, what's he going to do with this? It's not like Big Show's going to be a threat in the mid-card scene. Hell, he's not even a threat in the main event scene, man. Like, Big Show's just a waste of space at this moment in time. This could have helped Ryback have something. This could have helped Miz or Mizdow. I felt like they should have given it to one of those three if you wanted to give it to anyone. I don't know why they gave it to the Big Show. I get it, paying respect to Andre and all, but does he really need it? That was just kind of like the dumbest thing I thought tonight when it came to winners. Well, there was a lot of dumb winners tonight. I will say that. That was one where I was just like, come on, man, really?
Mizdow should have definitely won that.
I kind of thought we were going to see that too when Mizdow had Big Show in the headlock, and you saw Big Show about to go over the ropes, like repeat from, I can't remember what Royal Rumble it was, but it was He Who Shall Not Be Named, and Big Show with the final two.
I thought so too.
That's exactly what was happening.
I'll say this though, but I knew it was gonna happen with Mizdow and Miz. You know, and you can tell now they're gonna do a feud, which is fine, whatever.
Match at Extreme Rules, probably.
Probably, yeah. But that was that Big Show wins the trophy after he did a pose. He did the Tito Ortiz pose.
Yeah, dude. He did the Tito pose. He was all celebrating. He was happy.
Yeah.
And then we get to the main show. Wrestlemania.
Get my dog to do the Tito Ortiz pose.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, we'll take live calls in just a little bit. Don't call in right away. We'll tell you guys when to call in. Thank you. Anywho, yeah, the main show kicked off, WrestleMania 31, and how did he kick off the show? With a ladder match, the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Thank you, Connor. The screen's right there. You had Daniel Bryan, Stardust, not Sandow, Ziggler,
Luke Harper,
Dean Ambrose.
R-Truth and Bad News Barrett. And what do you know? You have Daniel Bryan come out to the ring first. The guy that main evented last year coming out first to the ring for the first match of the show. But overall, though, I thought this was a decent ladder match.
Yeah, it was solid. Yeah. It did its job.
Exactly.
I liked it. There was a few good spots in it.
It could have gone a little bit longer. I felt like they kind of cut this a little bit short, and I felt the ending sequence was kind of abrupt, but it was fine for what it was. And the farm animal won, so hey, I'm happy with that.
Exactly. And the thing about it too, though, which I thought was funny, is how, to an extent, not even funny. There you go. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You guys noticed fucking Dolph Ziggler's hairstyle was
my god.
He had it.
Was that a mohawk?
I don't know.
Yeah, like a mohawk thing going.
Mohawk, that's like Ziggler.
Nah, bruh. Nah, man, nah.
Man, Dean Ambrose was the one that should have won. He was the most over out of all of them. You saw the crowd reaction? He got a bigger pop than Daniel Bryan, I think.
Yeah, but the reason why Bryan won, though, in all honesty, is because again, they want to pretty much them saying, okay, look here, IW, look here, Smarks. We know you wanted this guy in the main event.
Yeah.
We know we probably fucked up, so here you go. Here's our
You're welcome.
Here you go. There you go.
I was just surprised Sheamus didn't show up at all because, like, you know, they've been building him up to return and everything, and he's not even here.
Exactly.
It's not even that Mania. That was so
he ain't that
pointless.
Mania.
Those vignettes were so pointless.
Exactly.
I like it though because I like it now because now Daniel Bryan has held every title in the WWE. He's held the tag team titles. He's held the U.S. title. He's held the World Heavyweight Championship. He's held them all now.
Yeah, Grand Slam.
Technically,
But
now,
fans still won't be happy. Daniel Bryan fans still are not happy. They're going to find a way to bitch and moan how he's not being pushed or deserving and all this other stuff. They still ain't happy.
Yeah,
how about all the legends coming out afterwards and like congratulating him? Like you saw freaking Pat Patterson, Ric Flair, Bret Hart. Like okay, Steamboat and
Roddy Piper and all them.
That match rivals that of me and Savage.
Oh yeah, I was like,
no, you could tell Steamboat didn't even want to say that line because he sounds so fake saying that. He's like, yeah, that match rivaled Savage and I. Like, he just did not give a fuck about saying it. He just was like, whatever.
He probably. I kind of saw him look at one of the guys in the back like, you sure this check's gonna clear? It better.
You better, god damn it.
Yeah, indeed. But again, guys, overall, fun match. Bryan won. All the Smarks are happy. And here's why I call. Think about it. I'm not calling everyone here a Smark, but the people that bitched and moaned about Daniel Bryan not being in the main event. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I still feel that he is going to be to the Intercontinental title in WWE what Shinsuke Nakamura is to the IWGP Intercontinental Championship in New Japan. That's what I feel is going to happen. And again, and like the idea that I pitched, you know, have Finn Balor debut tomorrow, work a program with Bryan.
It's gonna be Sheamus.
I mean,
it's a shame for free lobster.
It's gonna be Sheamus, but the ladder match itself was good. Decent to good.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely. Now we had the second match on this show. We had Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. And anything about it, right? I thought this match was there. Okay?
Yeah.
I think it was one of the guys on Twitter, I think it was Alec Hurt who said it best. It felt like a Raw match than a WrestleMania match.
For me, I felt it was a WrestleMania match because they did spots that you wouldn't see on Raw. And I just felt the match was rushed. Like, I felt like they were in a hurry. Like they were told backstage, like, hey, you guys got to keep on going. I just felt this match was rushed. They didn't really give us time to breathe during certain spots, but god damn, dude, that RKO.
That was awesome.
And we got a call, guys.
Dude, caller, 10 feet in the air. 10 feet in the air.
Caller 678, what's your name? Where you from, man? Hello?
Am I on live?
Yeah, you on?
Yeah, you're on live.
What's your name? Where you from?
All right, this is Ryan D. calling from A-Town.
What's up, Ryan? How you doing, man?
Oh, man. I just watched the whole WrestleMania 31 show.
Yeah?
I gotta say, the show was good. It was a bit good, but the Sting and Triple H match really plunged the electricity out of it.
I see what you mean. I know a lot of people who felt the same way as well. You know, but then again, you think about it too. Throughout this whole build, who was the most dominant guy in this whole build was Sting. So you kind of knew going in that in some way, shape, or form, Triple H was going to win.
Yeah, I definitely had that feeling.
As soon as everything started coming out, they started doing the DX NWO. I'm like, shit, it's over.
The NWO and, you know, DX starting to come out because it seemed like the past is coming out and started happening the real way.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't mind Triple H winning, but I just didn't like the ending.
Intercontinental Championship win thing. Seemed like they don't want him in the main event, but
They
I
don't.
will say this though.
I don't even want him in the main event. It's just the fact that you think about it, yo. You think about it. The guy had his moment already. He already had his moment.
Yeah.
So even if you were to put him against Brock tonight, and he would have won, how was he going to outdo what he did last year? How was he going to outdo it?
But anyway, Dan Bryan won the Intercontinental Champion, and I think he might actually be in part of being a Grand Slam champion since he won the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, he did.
No. Grants? Hey, hold up.
Every title here in
Ryan.
Hold up. For all you people saying Grand Slam, he's not a Grand Slam champion. He's only the Triple Crown.
No.
Grand Slam counts as tag team, hardcore, European, IC, or world title. U.S. title is not part of Grand Slam at all, or Triple Crown for that matter. John Cena is not a Triple Crown.
It's a big deal since no one has seen the Dead Man in over a year.
I feel you on that.
Everybody-
What happened?
Everybody thought the Dead Man has lost his touch, but by the way, how I see it, he has lost nothing at all. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, dude. I hear what you're saying, dude. I hear what you're saying. But I tell you what, bro, we're gonna continue the show, bro. We'll let you go right now, alright, man?
Huh?
Before we let him go, does he got any Twitter or anything more to plug?
dude. Before do you have any social media? Do you have a Twitter? Do you have a channel? Do you want to promote?
Only Facebook.
All right,
Only
then, man.
Facebook.
Only Facebook.
Uh-huh.
All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
Take care.
Anywho, yeah. Yeah, so let's get into this again. I mean, I think the only highlight of the Orton and Rollins match was again what Orton was wearing. Not even that, the RKO out of nowhere.
What Orton was wearing.
Orton was Throwback Thursday, dude. Orton was all Throwback Thursday. He was wearing 2004 stuff.
He looked like a member of the Kingdom from Ring of Honor. That's what he looked like.
Seth Rollins' gear was ugly, though. Honestly.
I mean,
It was
you gotta
okay.
think about it, though. WrestleMania, you gotta come out of the woodwork, so you have to wear something different.
Yeah, you have to wear like gear that you would never wear, even if it looks disgusting. And we'll talk about that when we get to the Divas match, because I don't know what the fuck Paige was thinking. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, what was she thinking?
Indeed.
Yeah, but the match, it was rushed.
I'm looking at the comment. I'm looking at the comments right now. Aisha writes, the show was awesome. This show is awesome. Seth Rollins is the future. Killer Demons writes, I told you all. Then he writes, fuck Roman Reigns. Say it with his face. Then he writes, but a great Mania really surprised me. Then Aisha writes, this Mania was really impressed me tonight. Extreme Stunners right, they should have waited for Seth to cash in after the match if actually ruined a good solid match. Gotta give Reigns credit. He handled the beating well. We'll get to that later. We'll get to that. I gain more respect for the guy. Also writes,
Whole point of the match. Whole point of the match.
Reigns took a lot of that beating. Mad props to him. Then Extreme writes, I thought.
You okay, Chase?
Yeah, no, I'm just happy people are loving cockpits now. They're all like finally understanding the greatness.
American Alucard writes, it was a good Mania, better than I expected, although fuck Triple H and his ego.
Game.
It's the game, man. You can't disrespect the game.
Guys, I'll be right back. I got stuff to do, but I'll be right back, okay?
All right.
Okay. Well again, Rollins and think about it now. This might actually happening too. Well, I'll get to that later as well. But yeah, Rollins got the win here. Overall,
yeah, it was an okay match. It's just like it could have been a lot better if they got more time. And instead of having that stupid performance, they could have used that time for Orton and Rollins. It would have been a great match. But the ending, that RKO was awesome.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
great.
You see the elevation, like how high Seth Rollins was in the air when he tried to go for his first time. Like, holy shit!
Exactly. Absolutely. Now. We get to the next match. A match that really, it shocked me, not because of how it went down. But then again, that too.
That too.
The fact that it was, hey, look, we're joined by Triple Chase.
Oh no.
What did I tell all of you at Rasslin? I told each and every one of you that I would end Sting once and for all, and I did in the middle of that ring.
A lot of people were saying like Sting's like, good kid, you have a future here. Let's send you to NXT.
No, but you know what's funny though? This match though, what I kind of enjoyed as well was the entrances. More Triple H than Sting. Sting had this like Japanese, drum beat going.
Because when I think of the great Asian wrestlers, I think of Sting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that entrance was weird.
I'm sorry, I was laughing my ass off at Triple H's entrance. Not that it wasn't cool. It was just fucking like everything was fine. Everything was okay. Terminator, okay. It was the part where like it showed like the red scope, like seek and destroy, hostile environment, and then like, it Sting's profile. And that was like absolutely.
I even posted this on Twitter. I said I almost pissed myself from laughing at Triple H's entrance because he looked fucking
How
stupid.
dare you? No, I looked great. I looked amazing.
No, you looked
awesome tonight. You just don't know what fashion is, Jeff. This is why I'm the 13th time World Heavyweight Champion, and you're just some guy in your room talking about me.
Oh shit!
Right.
Here we go again.
Right.
It looks
All
like
right,
you're gonna be
Triple
chasing my ass down again.
Triple Chase, ladies and gentlemen.
It would have been the entrance would have been a lot better at night.
Yeah, guys on Facebook, the thing would have been more amazing at
Yeah,
night.
they like killed everything. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Now, even though, besides that, this match it was okay. It was going very good up until the end.
I actually liked it.
No, the fact
I
that you have
loved
okay, so
this match. This match was awesome. Me, Sean, Kevin, Sean, and Sting, we booked this ourselves. We thought it was genius. We thought it was WCW versus WWF. This is what the invasion should have been. And we made the invasion angle in one night that they couldn't do in 1 year.
No, but let's be honest. Was Sting? Tell my WCW heads. Was Sting ever in the NWO?
No, he was against.
No, he was in the red and black NWO.
They turned face.
Oh,
They
you're talking
helped
about
them tonight.
NWO.
They turned.
He was in the other NWO.
Yeah, he was in the Wolfpack though. But
Yeah, the Wolfpack.
That he turned face.
Yeah, when it turned into this.
Yeah, that's what he became, unfortunately. And again,
I mean,
he didn't do anything.
I thought the match was pretty good for the most part. I just did not like the ending, the way that the match ended.
What did you not like? I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was well booked.
Made me look really strong.
I actually liked it.
I kind of felt like it didn't need NWO and DX to come out. They should just.
They didn't need it at all, but it was one of those like nostalgic things where.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, like I mean, obviously we all know, like, okay, if it's DX and NWO, they're just kind of do it for like the nostalgia to say they did it, quote unquote. And okay, it's a little cheesy, but you gotta admit, nostalgia-wise, you're like, okay, on some level, it's kind of cool that they were able to at least do something to like do like an acknowledgement of that on some level. Was it the greatest thing in the world? Hell no.
No.
Kind of like, okay, all right, yeah, whatever.
I thought it was amazing. I thought it was the highlight of WrestleMania. In all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Meltzer, gave us 5 stars for what we did. This was probably the greatest match that I've had since last year against the Shield. I mean, let's be real. I get a lot of you marks out there are mad that I didn't put over Sting. Let's be real here, guys. I didn't win a match all last year. All last year, I did not win one match in the middle of that ring.
216, you're on the caller 216. You're on the air. What's
No,
your name?
it's not. Oh.
From Ohio.
What's your name, man?
My name's Chris Bandicoot.
Hey, Chris, what's up, man?
Gang, I'm in the middle of a car right now. I'll talk to you later, King.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I was just on a PS4 party.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens, dude. But anywho, dude, what's up with you, man? You enjoy WrestleMania? Did it exceed your expectations?
Yeah, pretty much did. I mean, except for the except for that Triple H versus Sting match.
What? That was the best match of the night. I don't get what you guys want. I give you TV, and you guys bitch and moan. I give you DX versus the NWO, and all you guys is bitch and moan. You guys are never happy with what I do. I do everything for each of you.
Guys, let Chris talk. Let Chris talk.
This is my time, Steven.
Don't get me wrong. I know you guys are entertained by the entrance, but I had no problem with it myself.
It was 5 stars.
Listen, I had no problem with Triple H winning. My problem was with the way he won. It was like Stinger's going for a Stinger splash, and Triple H gets a little piece of the sledgehammer. Sting broke off and hit Sting in the head with it.
What? I beat Sting with a sledgehammer. I beat him with a fucking sledgehammer.
Guys.
Sting should have tried to get up and then get hit with a pedigree.
Guys, he's asking a question.
Oh, sorry.
Ask your question. I apologize, Chris. Chris, what was your question?
So what did you think of the arena for WrestleMania 31?
It was beautiful.
Well, there you go. But
literally, it looked amazing.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, I like the way it looked.
It looked nice. I mean, there was a lot of wind. From what I've heard from people that were there.
Renee Young's hair.
Yeah, Renee Young's hair everywhere.
I wasn't a big fan of the stage. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. I just wasn't a fan of the stage. But as far as like the actual looking around in the crowd, I was like, holy shit.
I'll be very honest, guys. Now, mind you, I'm not into football like that. But is it me or does Levi Stadium look a lot like a baseball stadium? The way it was built. No, the way it was set up, like, is that a full round stadium, if you will?
I don't know.
It's one of those new high-tech stadiums, Steven. Yeah. It's made so that way there's more noise coming in. This is why we chose it. This is why we allowed it. That's why the crowd was so hot when I defeated Sting in the middle of that ring.
That's why I'm going to go to Dallas instead of that Levi Stadium. But that's around the point.
And you can see me win again.
But again, dude, I mean, overall, I thought, again, the place was there. I mean, it didn't look bad or anything like that. But, I mean, again, it's you get what you get from an outdoor venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you said that this arena looks like the baseball arena, you must be talking about the what is it? That one arena from ROH that came out just about last year, this year. Don't know which one, but I'll do some research up on that one.
You talking about Field of Honor, Cyclone Stadium, whatever?
Yeah, Field of Honor.
No, yeah. What I say is the fact. All right, when they were doing that performance, right? They were doing the performance, whatever. They were singing, whatever, and shit. There's a part of the crowd. It looked cut off a little bit, to me at least. But then again,
Yeah, because they have to cut off the stage.
Yeah, but it looked like But
they
again,
always do that.
Overall, yeah, I know.
It's their fault for buying those seats. It's not our fault that they can't afford better seats.
All right.
It wasn't even sold out.
I beat.
How dare you? What? We just broke an attendance record.
But you could have still some seats available.
The ladder match.
The ladder match overall, I mean, listen, was it the best ladder match of all time? No. Was it a good match? Yeah. But at the end of the day, the reason why it was put in the first match was to get people excited for the show. It did its purpose. And literally, Daniel Bryan winning the Intercontinental Championship is pretty much WWE saying, okay, look here, Smarks. We understand you guys are butthurt that Bryan didn't win the main event. And we've realized as well that to some extent we might have fucked up as well. So here's our apology to you guys. That's pretty much what it was.
I don't know what you're trying to say here, but you're just like everyone else who thinks they know the business, but they don't know the business. We gave Daniel the championship. We gave Daniel the championship because we believe he can bring that title back to the prestige that it once was. That's why we gave him the belt, Steven.
Well, look here, Triple Chase.
Listen, Triple Chase just beat 79,000 people, so be careful.
Exactly. He did. Go on, Chris. What were you saying? Brother, my bad. What were you saying?
I was saying, well, of course WWE always puts out their matches at first for Money in the Bank. You know, to give people hyped up for the show. And when I look at this Money in the Bank ladder match, the best part I saw out of that was when Luke Harper was going for the powerbomb, making Dean Ambrose get out of the ring, and he hits the ladder. Like, that was just sick. I think in that Dean Ambrose could be injured from that, taking a bump like that from the ladder.
I don't think he's hurt. I think if anything, it's think about this, right? Every WrestleMania ladder match that you see, you always see that spot where they have the ladder set up half from the apron to the to the barricade connected, and it's always that spot where they break the ladder in half. Now, mind you, if you look at previous ladder matches in the past, that spot in specific was more brutal, if you will. This time, I didn't think it was that brutal. If you get what I'm saying, yeah, get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. It'd be different if Dean was on top of the ladder and they grabbed the big ladder too, the big ladder, and Luke Harper would have just pushed the ladder, and then Dean would have just fell. He got powerbombed into it. Mind you, I'm also a fan of the powerbomb, but I mean, it is what it is.
I thought it was a good spot, though.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this though.
Go on.
You should play the WrestleMania 32 drinking game by next year.
Okay.
I'm sorry, we do not promote this. The WWE does not promote you drinking during our shows. We are a family-friendly environment, so please do not drink during our shows.
I don't drink,
so.
so.
Going to be for, but just be prepared for what's going to come like for finishers. You had to drink too. And yes, chance. People saying commentators saying $9.99. Michael Cole saying vintage. As catchphrase goes.
We do not promote this. WWE does not promote any of these rules for a drinking game.
Yeah, the Money in the Bank ladder match. I like that they try to make it as if Bad News Bear was gonna win the match.
Wait, we had a Money in the Bank ladder match?
It turns out Daniel Bryan won the match, which I had no problem with. I mean, that's not bad that he won the belt. I could have like gave it to R-Truth. I wanted to see that happen, but
give it to R-Truth.
R-Truth.
That ending pissed me off because I like that the Miz actually got attacked by Mizdow finally. Got sick and tired of seeing him just getting beat pushed, and that's what ruined his character, making him kind of like an idiot, to be honest.
Okay.
And you need to make a guy like Dan Miz out of win the Battle Royal or Hideo Itami. But
now you knew going in that Itami was not going to win that Battle Royal. You already knew going in. The minute you had Big Show chop him, you knew he was not going to win.
That's pretty much how I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, hey, at least he eliminated somebody,
I guess.
Yeah.
He'll be on Raw tomorrow, maybe.
You never know. You just never know. It could be. It very well could be. But again, I think
Oh, we forgot about the return of Bo Dallas.
Oh yeah, Bo Dallas returned, and okay, well, fuck it. So he comes out. So what? Did he go through the ropes at first or over the top rope?
I think he went over the ropes, and then he eliminated himself.
Then he had to be a dirty bastard. He started to eliminate Zack Ryder.
Wow.
Oh yeah, Bo Dallas eliminated Zack Ryder, and then he eliminated himself.
Guys, I hate to go off topic here, but why are we talking about the Memorial Battle Royal? If you guys don't know, I beat Sting tonight. We should be talking about that for the rest of the show. But no, instead, we are going off topic of what's the most important thing on this show.
The most important thing is the match on the card.
Exactly. What is that noise?
No, it's just me sniffing.
What is that noise?
That wasn't nice. That was just a stream.
Okay. I hear you.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, you know what? At the end of the day, the future looks bright. I will say that. I'll tell you what, brother. We're going to continue the show. We'll let you go for now, right, man? We'll let you go, all right?
Right. Only one new guy won a match.
Do you want to promote?
What are you talking about?
Twitter account. Triple Chase.
Yeah.
Let the guy promote. Go away.
Yeah. So tomorrow, viewers, I will be streaming some WTA 15 Interactive Universe mode. Just for you guys can check out my Twitch channel. It's Chris Bandicoot, and my Twitch. My Twitter is Chris Bandicoot. So by the way, and that's pretty much it. And see you guys in the next Heel Steven show.
All right, brother. Take it easy, all right, man.
All right.
That was Chris Bandicoot. Go check him out tomorrow on Twitch. You will not be disappointed. But anyway, guys, let's continue with this review now. Where were we? Yeah, staying Triple H. You can see there. I mean, look this way. If you're a fan of the '90s, you kind of had that nostalgia feeling almost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
WODX. Something that, let's be honest, a lot of us want to see a long time. Now, granted, this was 10 years ago, or 20, or something like that. It would have been more amazing. But now it's like there was a spot. I'm not gonna lie. There was a spot in the match where I think it was Billy Gunn or Road Dogg dives into Kevin Nash, and Kevin Nash broke his quad. Like, oh shit, he broke his quad again.
I was like, that was awesome.
I literally said that out loud. Like, oh my god, did he tear his quad again?
Tore his quad.
Tore his quad again.
You know what?
Quad.
Normally, I would like to try to prove you Nimrods wrong about this match, but since you guys are just being such haters of what an awesome match that we booked, I'm out of here. I was going to come on later on the show to talk about, how I buried The Rock and Ronda Rousey, but it turns out you guys just want to make fun of a great match that I put on with Sting. So you know what, Steven? I'll see you next time whenever I wrestle, and you better apologize for making fun of what was a 5-star classic at WrestleMania 231 tonight.
Best match, 10 out of 10. 5 stars.
The game is out.
Hi, girl at the door, hit you in the ass on the way out.
All right, caller 413, you are on the air. What's your name and where you're from?
Muhammad.
Hey, Muhammad, how you doing?
I have Muhammad.
Pretty good.
How are you, man? Did you enjoy WrestleMania?
I didn't get to watch it. I fell asleep half of the time.
You didn't watch it?
I fell asleep from 6 to like 11. I just woke up.
Oh, wow, kid.
I don't even know who won.
Huh?
Who won the battle tennis battle royale? Who won that?
Well, we can't tell you.
Go,
gotta
go,
watch the show,
okay.
brother.
Okay,
Muhammad, you gotta watch the show.
okay, Muhammad. To save us
I
time.
bet you it's big.
Okay.
I bet you it's Big Show.
Muhammad.
Huh?
Listen, to save us time, just rewind the stream and watch what we said there. Because honestly, we're still on Sting and Triple H. We should be on Cena and Rusev right now.
Yeah.
We should be on that match right now. We should be already there. And you guys keep calling in, asking about matches that are way too advanced or way too behind.
Where's Triple Chase?
Triple Chase, he got upset. They upset at him. He got mad. Apparently they didn't love the match or something. I don't know. He gets angry.
Guys, for future callers, if you're gonna call in, don't talk about match that we already talked about. You gotta talk about what we're talking about. It goes to future callers. All right.
Yeah.
But dude, my advice to you, bro, I'll tell you what, dude. We don't want to ruin it for you, so you're better off rewatching the show on the network if you didn't watch it yet. Because one thing is us telling you it. All right. So go on, rewatch the show. All right, bro. Rewatch the show. All right.
Yeah, it's better to watch and see for yourself than to see it for yourself before hearing any spoilers.
Hold on. I'll be back.
All right, brother. Take it easy. All right, so it goes to any caller out there. Any caller out there.
Yeah.
If you're gonna call in, make sure you talk. Make sure you talk about the match that we're talking about. Don't be like, hey, what your thoughts on the ladder match, or don't talk about any future match that we didn't even talk about yet.
Yeah.
Right? We're not trying to be dicks. We're not trying to be assholes and shit. Just again,
Just know we have time zones too, people. Like, I don't want Steven to be on here at 11 o'clock my time, which is like 2 o'clock his time, talking about WrestleMania, because we just got all backed up because we were talking about a bunch of different matches. I just want to try to make this review as fast and fluid as possible.
Yeah, because like right now, for me and Chase, it's 9:30. For Heel Steven, it's 12:30.
Exactly. And I got school tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, we're not trying to be dicks here and shit, but again, if you guys understand, awesome. But anywho, let's get on to the Divas match, the tag team match.
Less time, the better.
Hold on. But before we talk about this, the ending of the match with Triple H and Sting, the handshake, I digged it. That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Exactly.
This whole invasion shit's like, just like
exactly.
Shake it off.
Exactly, yeah. And yes, Triple H won. Whatever, it happened. Whatever.
Man, he barely
my thoughts on the match. I love this match. It was my favorite match of the night. I thought it was great. I love the nostalgia. I heard you guys in the background while Triple H was taking over that you guys didn't really like it, but I loved it. I just didn't like the ending. Like, Triple H didn't need to win, but whatever.
I didn't like it. I just liked how the ending happened. That's all. But anywho, Divas tag team match: the Bella Twins versus AJ Lee and Paige. Divas stopwatch had this match at 6 minutes with some change. Believe it or not, the Wrestlemania edition.
That's not a surprise.
This is a good one.
So hashtag give Divas a chance, right? Hashtag give Divas a chance, right?
It felt like
Actually, I think I was still in the show.
6 minutes and 41 seconds. This match for what it was there.
It was there. Paige, don't dye your hair blue. That was just retarded. I don't know what the hell you were thinking, girl. You look like a freak out there.
AJ Lee and Nikki Bella did a botch in the middle of the ring. How do you guys notice that?
Yeah. What do you expect? It's the Divas, man.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, let's move on now. Let's move on.
I didn't watch that match. I was too busy watching porn during that match.
The next match we had John Cena versus
What about the performances? No one cares about.
Fuck that shit.
Don't talk about that shit, please.
Let's not
talk about it now.
Can I say something about the Rusev Cena match when we get to there? Because a fucking tank.
Here's what got me about the end. Here's what got to me. Okay, about the entrance. Here's what got to me about this entrance and shit. Okay.
Yeah.
You have Rusev come out, right? Here's the thing about it. I have Lana walks out to the ring with the Russian flag and the military guys, whatever, and I think they played like the Russian national anthem. What they should have done, at the minute Rusev came out with his tank, play Rusev Bublia, Rusev Machka. That's what they should have done. Instead, what the fuck they do? They keep playing the anthem. Rusev comes out with the tank and he walks. Say this is the entrance area, right? Is this the ramp that you walk in, right? He walked on the side shit. That's that is fierce, bro. Oh my god, yeah. Let him walk off the side of the ramp entrance and shit.
Not a side.
And when he gets there, and once he gets to Lana, then they play his theme song. Rusev Bublia, Rusev Machka. Like,
Dun that I want.
You know, but this match overall,
Yeah, Cena didn't get a grand entrance.
Yeah,
he just got
a Titantron.
Yeah, he just got like some random thing.
He got a Titantron. But yeah, I mean, Cena won. You knew that was gonna happen.
The match was good.
Especially after the entrance, though, when you saw Cena's thing with the history of America and all that, and seeing some of the presidents giving their speeches, like, you kind of knew Cena was gonna win.
Yeah, actually, I was about to say that. Like, you see all this thing, like, all the presidents are talking, all that. I'm like, shit, Cena's gonna win.
Just winning this shit.
When I saw that, I'm like, yes. Honestly, I'm glad. I'm glad Cena won. I'm glad that Rusev is no longer United States champion. Hopefully now
Hey, Jeff, I want to ask Jeff this. I want to ask Jeff a question real quick. I understand why you don't like Rusev, but for me, if you don't like a wrestler, please explain in detail what sucks about him. Like I do with Garbage Man, who I'm not going to say his name. I think he's trash because he botches the only move that he can do, which is the roundhouse kick. For me, dude, it just comes off like, because I think Rusev's a pretty solid worker, but it's just like for you hate Umaga, who I think is a really good worker. Which I don't understand how you hate Umaga. I think he's a really good worker. And you hate Rusev, who I think is a pretty solid worker, but you really don't back up anything. You kind of say why you hate him. You just kind of say he's a piece of shit. And I don't see how he's a piece of shit. I mean, can you do a roundhouse kick in midair like that? I don't think so, Doc. So please give me your explanation why Rusev is bad to you, so I can understand why you hate him.
When he first came out in WrestleMania, or not WrestleMania, I mean, the Royal Rumble, he was all over the place. I did not like him one bit. I just thought to myself, like, WWE's hyping him up during this whole Royal Rumble deal. And I thought to myself, oh shit, they're going to push him to the fucking moon. And lo and behold, right after Royal Rumble, here he is on Raw. He was an NXT guy. He just gets pushed right to the moon, and you haven't heard, like, they had him on this undefeated streak for God knows how long. Which was it was too long of an undefeated streak, honestly. And then they have him hold the United States title.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. You say he's a boring worker, yet you're not saying anything that's wrong with him as a worker. You're just saying stuff that you didn't like booking wise, which is understandable. But I want to know, slow. Rusev ain't slow.
Yeah,
he is.
no.
But please inform me more how he's. I just don't like that you call him a bad worker. That's where it gets me, is when you say Rusev's a bad worker, because I think Rusev's a pretty solid worker in the WWE. A bad worker's Garbage Man. That dude can't work with the damn.
You know, he's just another guy who's just getting pushed because of his size. Rusev's just another big dude. Oh, it's only pushed based on how big he is, not his talent.
I was actually impressed by Rusev a little
Me
bit
too.
today.
I was impressed by him today. I mean, granted, all of us have our opinions. At the end.
No,
of
but
the
but Steven, come on, man. He says that Rusev's a bad worker. Do you think Rusev really that bad? Like he's trash? I don't consider Rusev in the trash department. I just don't see Jeff. I don't see like, I like you, Jeff. I'm just saying I just don't see where you can come off calling him a bad worker when he's put on pretty damn good matches, has told pretty damn good stories in his matches. Like, I get if you don't like his booking, that's understandable. But I don't see how he's a bad worker. I think he's a pretty solid worker for the WWE.
I've seen his matches. Every time I've seen his matches, they're all the same. I cannot get into his matches. None of them have been good to me. None of them. They've been the same predictable matches every freaking time.
In what way? Can you explain it to me? In what way are they the same predictable matches?
It's basically a Rusev squash match every time. You know, Rusev is just manhandling.
But you got to think about it, though. He's being booked as a monster. He is this anti-American. That's the story. He's an anti-American guy who hates America, and just to stick it to everybody as well, let's give him the title that's supposed to represent America. That's the story behind it.
And not just that, in terms of building him up, they kind of had to do that at first anyway in order to establish both for him and the audience.
It's like an example. Back in 2002, the anti-Americans, remember, was it Tess, Delaney, Storm, and Christian?
Yep.
The Canadian World Order, I called it.
Yeah, exactly. And their thing was, they hated America, and what did they do to stick it to people? They flipped the flag upside down. They had T-shirts that were on sale.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty fun, actually.
Shop with the flag upside down. I've seen people actually wear these shirts, which I thought was hilarious at the time, you know. But again, listen, everyone has an opinion. We can, agree or disagree. That's the beauty.
I just disagree when Jeff comes on here sometimes and just says Rusev's bad and just terrible and shouldn't be able to wrestle, because I think there's way worse guys on the roster. Like, Heath Slater's worse than Rusev. Like, let's be real here. Heath Slater can't do half the shit Rusev could do.
True.
You know, that's where I kind of get like peeved, because it's just like Rusev, he's earned this spot. Like, I would completely agree with you if Rusev didn't earn it. Like, if this was Garbage Man getting this position, definitely would agree with you here. This guy don't deserve it. But Rusev, he's worked his ass up. He's done a good job as a heel. I feel that WWE has booked him to the point where he could be a legit heel for the company in the future, as long as they don't kind of mess up with him in the long run.
Would you have him lose though, like he did tonight?
Hmm?
I mean,
Would you
it was
have
bound to
him lose?
happen.
But,
I
well,
mean, you can't.
it was bound to. He was going to lose at Mania. Like I said, that Rusev's streak is going to end at Mania. To who? Well, the last person I wanted to lose to was John Cena, but
Lord and behold,
But Cena represents America, and he had a win for us. You know, the crowd booed the hell out of him.
Think it would have been better if? Do you think it would have been beneficial to Rusev if he won? Do you think the outcome in general for either of these guys would have been better if Rusev won?
Now, my thing would have been, you know what? The problem is though, you had Rusev win at WWE Fastlane.
Yeah, you can't have Cena lose 2 matches in a row.
You can't. There's no way.
Yeah.
Especially at WrestleMania.
And also, especially with the way Raw ended too, when Rusev was dominating John Cena during Raw, and beating the hell out of him.
No,
it's kind of a cliche thing where you see the guy who gets the last lap at the Raw before the pay-per-view always loses.
Pretty much.
yeah.
I agree.
And then also, like you can't go on forever with Rusev being undefeated, because if he's not losing at WrestleMania, then when's he going to lose? Like SummerSlam? Like how long can you keep this going? Like he had to lose his streak at WrestleMania. Like that was the best time to end it. Like you know.
Well, no, I'm not concerned so much about his undefeated streak. I'm more concerned about how he's going to be booked now. After. Because unfortunately, sometimes these undefeated streaks set themselves up for failure, because as soon as they lose, it's like, okay, well, now you have to work on that, like, you know, now you have another side of yourself that you have to kind of work on in terms of being able to accept a loss. So
I'll be very honest though. I see this feud continuing into Extreme Rules.
Oh yeah,
Now,
me too.
do I see Rusev recapturing the belt then? No.
No, he'll lose again.
It's not going to happen. But then again, you know, with the outcome of the main event, which I'll get into also later on as well. But that was that. Cena wins. I know people say, oh, LOL, Cena wins, this, whatever. But no. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
He's a U.S. champion.
The way I look at it, too, in all honesty, too, here's a young guy in Rusev. A young guy, someone who's new, you know, who's competing in his first Mania against the top guy in the company, John Cena. That's how I look at it, too.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying it's
kind of like how what OK said too, which is probably another reason why I didn't like him, is because you know they had him undefeated for so long. Which these undefeated streaks, they kind of do set him up for a failure. Because what happens after they end up defeated? What happens to them a lot of times? They don't know what to do with them.
Yeah, and that's my worries, because I like Rusev. I actually like the character because it's a variation of several different characters.
Like Ludwig Vorga and
and the whole anti-American thing. It's been done to death. I understand that, but I like this, and I like this character because it's a younger guy, like Steven said, and he's been thrusted into a pretty decent run for his first year in WWE, not excluding NXT. So my concern is that can he keep that momentum going, or is he just going to end up trickling down the ladder again?
I think he can. And I'll say this too as well. Aside note off this match, Lana looked very sexy barefoot. I'll say that. Yeah, she did. I don't know what.
Hashtag barefoot Lana.
I just thought she was sexy barefoot.
Like
you know,
Lana was the most over person in this match.
That was Steven's WrestleMania moment.
The fans were cheering for Lana, not Cena, not Rusev.
Shit.
Lana.
It happens. What can we say? You know, it happens. But yeah, Cena wins, and now we'll see what happens with the US.
He did it for America.
LOL, he did it for America. Now let's get on to the next match, the co-main event. Oh, wait, but before we get into this though, before we get into the co-main event, there's a segment in the ring with the the Authority, Stephanie and Triple H. They're in the ring, and they talk about the attendance record. I think it was 79 or 77,000 plus.
It was just a little shy of 80.
Yeah, a little shy of 80, and yeah, they're saying all we want to do is thank us and all that, and that pretty much they own everything and what have you. Out comes The Rock, and The Rock shows Triple H in the face, and Stephanie gets involved. The typical Stephanie Triple H Rock thing, right? Typical. And Stephanie gets in The Rock's face, like, you know. But then again, we've seen this before. We've seen this so many times. And it's one of those things where, you know, maybe because of WrestleMania, you know what I mean? It had that different feeling to it. And she slaps The Rock. She's like, "Oh, you're going to hit a woman?" And then The Rock gets out of the ring. He's walking and walking. And what do you know? There's Ronda Rousey.
Conveniently.
Conveniently, there's Ronda Rousey sitting there at ringside. She looked all shy, like she hopped over the barricade, got in the ring, stared at Stephanie, did a judo hip toss to Triple H, and the rest is history.
I was so mad I didn't see a rock bottom.
Well,
And
they kind of had to protect Triple H here because, like, he did just beat Sting after all. So it's like you can't just have it where he hits a rock bottom, you know?
Get beat up by a girl. That's weird.
the other part was what kind of shirt was she wearing?
over 9,000 Vegeta
The Dragon Ball Z shirt.
Yeah.
She's
I love that shirt she had on.
It's Ronda fucking Rousey. Like I said, the baddest bitch on the planet. She is, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like I liked it because it's like normally when WWE brings celebrities in for Mania, it's just like these has-beens or losers that are not really doing anything in their sport. I mean, Ronda Rousey's like a supernova right now in MMA. So the fact that you got her in the ring, like, that's fucking amazing if you ask me. Because, like, remember, like, MMA fighters, especially UFC contracted fighters, Dana White's all like, no, those fuckers can't get in the ring. But, shit, Ronda Rousey, she makes her own rules. She's like saying, fuck you, Dana.
I'll do what I want.
Dana was probably pissing himself.
I'm sure Dana was pissed.
He's like, no, pissing himself, like, oh, shit, she's going to get hurt.
Nah, but, Connor, I see the picture there. You guys see what I mean? Like, the picture itself.
Yeah.
You notice like it's not fully round, like cut off halfway and shit. It's like it looks like a baseball stadium more than a football.
Oh, you're talking about that part?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, Steven, that's created so that way they can create sound more sound inside the stadium. So the stadium does the way that's created is so that way it encaves onto the field. So that way the sound doesn't leave the stadium. That's why baseball stadiums are sometimes so loud, is because of that design.
I did not know that.
See, I learned something new.
Former architect major here, people.
Former architect major. There we go. But then, was that. It was a good feeling too, Ronda Rousey being from that area, and again, being a wrestling fan and also an MMA fighter. So there you go. You get the combination of both MMA and pro wrestling combined together, right?
Yeah.
But then we get the next match, the co-main event of the evening. The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt.
I honestly think they try to save this match for later, so hopefully so that way it would be a little bit more darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that didn't happen.
Taker looked great compared to that.
Definitely.
You know what? He was rocking his 2003, Dead Man Walking,
Wrestlemania 20?
WrestleMania 20 attire. He
Yeah.
was rocking that. But yeah, he looked in shape. He looked in shape.
Yeah, people wanted American Badass.
Yeah.
I always expected American Badass.
I honestly was too. I was kind of holding my breath. It was kind of
and all that. Keep rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Not the Limp Bizkit one.
Speaking of people in shape, I don't think we credited Sting for showing up in shape, man.
Sting
He
didn't wear a shirt.
Great.
He didn't wear a shirt like in TNA. But I'll say this as well about Sting, though. You guys noticed in the match against Triple H, there's a moment in the match where he actually locked in the Scorpion Deathlock perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
For 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So in a way, hey, LOL TNA to an extent, right? To an extent. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Okay, we're not bashing anybody here. Just reality.
I don't know what that company is. We're talking about WrestleMania right now.
Come on.
Yeah, TNA bashes itself.
We're talking about WrestleMania. I don't know.
Guys.
We're talking about Undertaker and Bray Wyatt.
I know, but again, it is what it is. Okay. But again, it was the match itself. You know, a lot of us were expecting, you know, Undertaker to not be in shape, to same be like WrestleMania 30, get his ass beat, what have you. But no, it didn't happen this time. It didn't happen. It was a back and forth match. Apparently, Bray Wyatt had a sprained ankle before the match.
Yeah.
But hey,
I
he did his thing.
wouldn't have noticed.
Yeah,
I think that was a BS rumor
yeah,
because
there was
there's
a
no
lot
way.
a lot of rumors.
Because if you have a sprained ankle, I've had one before. It's hard to do the stuff that Bray Wyatt did. I mean, I don't think he had a sprained ankle. I think he was fine.
Yeah, I read a report like the Divas match was gonna open the show. I'm like, nah, this is a joke. That they were gonna move the tag team titles to the main card. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It could have happened. Could have happened. But again, Bray Wyatt and Taker, for what it was a fun match. Taker won with the tombstone.
Definitely better than last year, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now people are
Good back and forth action.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Good match.
Now, does it mean that it's gonna be, you know, the end, or, you know?
The Bray Wyatt.
I think
No, because like I don't know, because of the way the commentators were selling it, and especially after you saw the WrestleMania 32 Dallas one that came right afterwards, they're pretty much saying, "Oh yeah, Taker's going to be there." So no, it's not the end, because I think they're hyping up Dallas to be his last Mania.
I think
so too.
I think Taker and I have a strong feeling Taker Sting's gonna happen next year.
It has to be.
More so now than ever.
I hope so. That'd be great to see.
It's gonna be both of their. I think it's both of their.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, yeah. Now, that was that, though. Well, it kind of got to me. What kind of real pissed me off. Then again, I understand. Maybe the streak is over already.
What?
But normally, with Undertaker matches at WrestleMania, after the match, you see Taker walking back, right? He stops right there by the Titantron, right? And he puts his hand up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We didn't see that normal, but they did. The match ended. You see Taker in the ring, and they just fade away. That would kind of like piss me off.
It was so weird when Taker did his victory pose, and there was no like fucking Titantron to say how many wins he has. It was so weird. I was all like
22-1.
Like it was so weird. It was so weird.
Yeah, I guess now that the streak is over, it just doesn't matter, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, he still has a good record, though. The best record.
I mean, does Taker now, is he human now? Is he, you know, what happens now? He's going to fade away?
I have a strong. I think Sting and Taker are both penciled in for Raw, right?
I think they both are, yeah.
The latest rumor is that they're penciled in for Raw, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens. Very interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh, Bray Wyatt got buried here." Look, you were the same people that like. Here's the thing, Bray Wyatt. You people like that he can cut promos. That's all Bray Wyatt needs to do to keep himself afloat. He's fine.
For some wrestlers, wins and losses don't affect them.
And
Bray
that's him.
Wyatt's an example.
Wyatt's kind of one of
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
That's
And I
why-
think Bray Wyatt put on a good match with Undertaker, in my honest opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
It kind of surprised me. You know, I thought it would be a little worse, but
exactly.
good.
Now
I kind of think what it was is Undertaker saw something in Bray Wyatt, and he wants to take Bray Wyatt under his wing.
I will say this too. You know, if they're gonna start selling that new Bray Wyatt shirt, I'm buying that shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm buying that. Now let's get to the main event of the evening.
Okay.
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Cockfist. Nah.
There we
boy
go.
Our boy Cockfist. You know what? At the end, even though he didn't win, he took his ass beating like a fucking
He
champ.
did. He was smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
He took.
He was smiling the whole time.
That's the story. That is the story of this whole match. The story is
Just said that guy here.
The cool part is like, okay, great show, great match. And all of a sudden, ding!
Yeah, exactly. Wrong cue. There you go. So again, this match overall, from the get-go, it was a fucking fight. That's what the fuck it was. It wasn't a wrestling
Some
match.
of those slaps. Holy shit!
It was a shoot fight. It was a shoot. That's what it felt like to me. Don't be surprised if Brock told Roman backstage, "Hey, listen, tag me for real."
Yeah, no, Brock Brock probably asked for that too, man, because like you could tell, like when Roman after his first couple punches, Brock had the swelling underneath his eye cheek. So I'm pretty sure Roman did tag him for real. But yeah, dude, this match was fun, dude. Like I normally don't like MMA style fights in wrestling, but I thought it was fun.
I enjoyed the hell out of it, honestly.
To me, out of all the WrestleMania main event fights matches that we've seen, this felt more of
This
a
was
fight.
brutal as hell.
I know.
It was brutal.
Think about all the main event fights think about all the main event matches of Mania in the past. This was a fucking fight.
Oh yeah,
this is what an example of what a main event should be. End of the day, I want to hear, what about Rock and Austin? What about, Macho Man and Hogan? Those were great matches too. That's fine. But they didn't have that feeling of a fight.
I don't know. Rock and Austin at 17 was a fight, man. That was pretty much a fight.
That was.
But that's one match though. They had 3 matches though. But come on.
Well, 15 they went all over the place too. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying like. This isn't the greatest WrestleMania main event ever. You're making it feel like it is. Like I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, it was not. It wasn't. But I'm saying though, think about it though. Of all the main event matches we've seen in Mania, this was a fight. That's what it was. It showed emotion. It showed back and forth tenacity. Here's a guy, Roman Reigns, who, a lot of you do not like. A lot of you booed. A lot of you fucking bitched and moaned. Oh, we're going to cancel our fucking plan to go to WrestleMania if he's in the main event. That's not who we fucking want. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? This guy took his ass beaten like a fucking champ.
Mm-hmm.
Smiled the whole way.
So for that, for that, my respect for him has gone even higher for that.
Oh yeah.
I think this match was better than what a lot of people were expecting, to be honest.
Oh hell yeah, so much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
I enjoyed the hell out of every minute of it.
Yep. Reigns getting his ass kicked. He must have loved it.
Now listen to again. Somebody talk for a bit. Somebody talk about the main event for a little bit while I'm doing
so like the thing was, like you notice when Reigns started to get his comeback going, more fans start to kind of cheer for him during his comeback and kind of boo him. It was because they did a good job, with booking him throughout this match. I felt this match was just overall just a fun match, and also the way they implicated Seth Rollins in there, I thought it was perfect. I thought you didn't hurt Brock, you didn't hurt Roman. What would have pissed me off is Seth was like the fall guy. They would have just thrown Seth in there just to be the dude to eat the pin, so that way Roman or Brock wouldn't get hurt. But no, dude, they really did a good job making Roman look strong because he took a beating throughout the whole match, so it made sense why Seth pinned him. It made Brock look strong because he didn't get pinned whatsoever, but he still got his ass kicked by Roman Reigns, so it showed that Roman could do some damage to someone, and it made Seth into a great heel.
Exactly. I liked it because
Go on, Jeff. My bad.
The match had a good back and forth, and I really enjoyed the hell out of it before Seth Rollins came in. When he came in and cashed in, it just made it 10 times better.
What I like more, you know who else I'm happy for, especially, who I'm happy for as well? Yeah, people say, I'm happy for Seth, I'm happy that he had his moment, it's fine. But I'm also happy for Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first main that he's main eventing as a manager. Granted, people will say Paul Heyman is the modern day Bobby Heenan. People will say that's not.
I think he's more sinister.
Yeah, he did more sinister, but that's what people compare him to today. Like, he's the modern day Bobby Heenan. I don't see it that way, but that's what they call it.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I would just call him the best manager going today, or like the only manager going today.
I wouldn't want to compare him to Bobby Heenan or anyone else for that matter.
But he had his moment though. This was his moment. This was his moment, especially Hall of Fame bound as well. But again, I'm happy for Rollins as well. He came out again. He kind of knew as well. At the same time, like the first cash in WrestleMania. Now, what the hell was that?
Who's vibrating?
That's probably my phone. That's probably my phone.
But anywho, again, to all you smarks who bitched and cried and moaned about, Roman Reigns won the Rumble, I'm not going to Mania, this is bullshit, this is crap, and look what happened tonight. And to all you guys out there, to all you fucks out there, this is what I gotta say to all of y'all.
Hey, you mad? You mad? Huh? You mad? Huh? You mad?
People will never get satisfied. The match was an awesome watch,
I know a lot of
and Reigns
again,
didn't win, so Rollins won. I mean, everyone should be happy.
Yeah, and I'm happy for Reigns too, because I know we're going to be happy for Rollins, but I'm happy that Reigns, put on a showing that people are going to be looking at and say, you know what? I'm glad he didn't win, because it's not because we hate him, but it's like, hey, he took his ass beating like a man, and he doesn't always need to win to look like a strong presence. Like, I like that. I hope the WWE though doesn't give up on Reigns. I hope Reigns is still going to be a featured dude going forward, but it's just it's like. I'm happy for him that he was able to prove people wrong and put on a good match with Lesnar when, everyone was pretty much saying, oh, this match with Lesnar is going to suck because Reigns can't wrestle, Reigns can't do this, Reigns can't do that. And he went out there and performed a pretty damn good Mania main event.
Absolutely.
I was a little worried at first because when Lesnar was just beating the shit out of Roman, I was like, don't tell me it's one punch and a spear and that's it. Please, for the love of God, do not tell me that's it. And then when the way they portrayed it out, where the turnbuckle and the psychology involved, I was very impressed. I'm from both of them. And then of course when Rollins' music's hit, I think I blacked out. I'm pretty sure.
That was the best decision WWE had to make. Didn't have Lesnar just walk out as a champion, because no one would really benefit from that.
And we love Cockfist on here, but he's not really ready as a babyface to win the title. As a babyface, you could have turned him heel. You could have turned him heel. We would be all like, okay, yeah, he can be a heel champion, but it's more of just resentment than actual heel heat. So he just wasn't ready as a babyface to become champion. Seth Rollins was ready as a heel to become champion. So that's why I liked it.
Chase said it best that everyone pretty much won in this one. Brock's still strong by not getting pinned. Roman got quote unquote screwed, so you still have an opportunity for him to move off. Brock doesn't walk out with the championship, and so it just everybody wins. It was the best.
Yeah. No one was weak.
Now,
also, this gives WWE.
We have a caller, guys. We have a caller.
Okay.
Caller 901. We're calling you back right now. So if it rings, pick up your phone.
Damn it!
Come on.
Hey Roman, you mad, bro? Huh? You mad? You mad? Huh? You mad? Yeah. Oh wait, these hold on.
It's ringing. Be the final call of the day. I'm about to wrap this up.
Yes, I can. Do an army of these bad boys. I got 2 Seth Rollins.
They're calling. Call 901. Pick up your phone. 901. Has he ever called before? Caller 901. You're on the air. What's your name? Where you from, man? Hello? 901. Caller 901. Okay, then. Good day. Well,
This up.
Hey.
Yeah, I was about to say this could be more time to groom Roman Reigns and get him ready for that title spot.
Yeah, he's gonna win eventually.
Yeah, again, just so you guys know, listen, be happy for Rollins now. I'm happy for him too. But
I'm happy
somewhere down the line, Roman Reigns is still going to be the top guy in the company, whether you all like it or not.
Yeah.
He's going to be the top guy.
By SummerSlam, he'll probably take it away from Rollins.
I think of anything by next year's Mania.
No, I think it'll make Roman champion before that, way before Mania. Roman's gonna win that title at SummerSlam.
Listen, nothing's wrong winning at SummerSlam. Nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time,
because
the moment WrestleMania, that's the moment that you win the championship.
Yeah.
Winning at SummerSlam is cool and all, but it's like, you won.
Daniel Bryan won at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same.
How long?
What happened?
Yeah. Also with Rollins. Also with Rollins, he has a good feud to kick off with. I mean, because like my perfect vision was that he would feud with Randy Orton for the title once he became champion, and we're gonna get Rollins and fucking Orton matches for the title. Oh, fuck, I'm in heaven, dog. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and Reigns can
That's
keep
amazing.
the Big Show again.
Don't mind me. I'm just making our.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a caller. Caller 413. That's Muhammad. Muhammad, listen, you gotta watch WrestleMania, bro. If you're gonna call in, you gotta watch WrestleMania.
Says the 4-time champion Seth Rollins.
4 times.
Exactly.
That was the other thing too. I mean, if you look at Seth, right? Not only was he ready, shit, he made history. How many fucking times he cashed in at the main event of WrestleMania at WrestleMania and changed a match, and it just like fucking strapped the rocket to his ass. He was off.
Match like
Yeah, that's what I've been wanting to see with the Money in the Bank is a Money in the Bank winner actually cash in during the middle of a match. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't they ever do that? And I was so happy to see Seth Rollins do that.
Because that was a perfect time to do so. Because you had both Brock and Roman Reigns worn out from the match because it was a fight, pure and simple.
Indeed.
And
Caller
Brock
646, you're on the air. What's your name and where you from?
Hey, Aisha.
Aisha, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. How are you guys?
We're good. Just
pretty
discussing WrestleMania. Did you enjoy WrestleMania? Did you enjoy it? Did it exceed your expectations?
Oh my God, I enjoyed it so much. Like I had like low expectations, but tonight was just amazing. Just like everything about it. Whew. Like I couldn't breathe after it was over. Whew.
It happens. It happens. But I mean,
Martin is sad of me.
okay, alrighty. You know. So, what was your favorite match of WrestleMania? What was your worst match of WrestleMania?
Definitely my favorite match was in Triple H, and my worst, I guess the Divas match. I didn't really care.
I think a lot of people don't care about the Divas match. And look, it's an army of Rollins. It's an army.
It's a barbershop quartet of Rollins.
Oh my gosh. Man. Everything about the show. Bad build, but hey, it's totally delivered. And I'm going to go on the limb here. I think it was better than last year. So.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
I mean, it was better than WrestleMania 27.
Better than 29, 27.
Better than 29, 27. Yep.
They were there for 29, but
I'll say if I were to say this is better than WrestleMania, I'll say this is better than 24. Everyone's gonna be like, no, but I think it's better than 24, and maybe better than 23 or 22.
I can't remember 24.
Hello?
Exactly.
You know, yeah.
But again, what's your thoughts on Seth Rollins winning the championship, though?
Oh my God! Like when she came out, like, oh, I kept screaming. I'm like, yes, go cash in, go cash in. I'm like, yes, the future is now. I was so happy, but just mad props to Roman Reigns, everything. All those freaking motherfuckers saying, oh, he's not gonna do good and whatever and blah blah blah. Well, like, shut the fuck up. He proved you wrong, and like, he like showed everybody like he can like take an ass beating and everything. So say that, but again, just Seth Rollins coming out, just like that he deserves it, making him the #1 heel in the company, and finally a new star created on that night. It was amazing. I'm happy for him.
Indeed, I think that's what it is. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. A new star is born. Then again, you know, it's something again that I think a lot of people didn't expect to see happen. You know, but again, it happened. It finally happened.
Honestly, I was expecting Seth to cash in after the match. I didn't expect him during the match.
Other favorite moments in WrestleMania, I did enjoy the segment with Rock and Rousey. Oh God, that was awesome.
Yeah, cashing during the match was the best
Bill
part.
Rousey showed up.
When they got here, it was too long, but when they got Rousey, I was like, oh yes, oh yes.
When they had Rock out
And Dan was like, oh.
and they were teasing the whole thing, I swear to God, I thought they were hyping up 32.
Oh,
I thought
this
they were
was
right there.
a very good Mania. Just can't wait tomorrow. Whew.
Indeed.
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I'm
What do
actually
you think
excited for
who's
Raw.
gonna debut tomorrow? I think Charlotte or Neville might debut.
I think if anything, I think it should be Balor.
No, but he did.
I think Neville's gonna debut because they're heading up the UK tour soon.
Kind of too early though.
I would like to see Neville, definitely.
Neville's ready.
Yeah, definitely.
Indeed. I think it should be Neville or Ron. I think it should be Neville or Balor. But we'll see what happens. Though we'll see what happens at Wrestle tomorrow.
I'd like to see Sami Zayn definitely go up to the main roster. But
It's always
Isn't he injured?
Yeah, supposedly he's injured.
Storyline, I think.
Yeah, it was.
Nah, I
Brock's
think
probably gonna.
He's really injured now.
yeah, he's actually injured. Yeah, he's actually injured right now.
He's
it
injured.
must have been during the tour.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Sami
again, I'm just
Zayn.
happy for the guy, though. Yeah.
Because wasn't he on tour? I can't remember where he was sitting on tour at, but he must have been there. And then he got injured.
Indeed. You know. But let's see here. Okay. But that's WrestleMania, people. That's Mania. And like I said earlier, shout out to everyone who canceled their trip because Daniel Bryan wasn't in the main event. Shout out to everyone who bitched and complained on the internet.
Yes.
Yep.
He won
Shout
the
out to
first
everyone.
match.
Rumor has it, based off this. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Steven.
What happened? No, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, rumor has it, Big Show and Ryback are in a feud next, based off of this picture.
Oh,
You know,
it's gold.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they feuded. Oh, you ripped me off to Andre the
You know,
Giant.
it seems like most fitting for Rollins to have the title more than Bryan because
I mean, technically he is. I think if anything, I think he should have it till SummerSlam. I think SummerSlam should be the time where they give it to Roman.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
No, dude, because SummerSlam's going to be when Brock returns, and that's when they're going to solidify Brock Lesnar as a babyface.
Yeah, that too. Or if not, you can do a three-way again. Roman, Brock, and
Yeah.
Lesnar.
Yeah.
You can
Well, that's
add
what
Roman
they
too,
want.
'cause
I don't know,
see
part of me-
Lesnar at SummerSlam too, but probably not going to get that.
A part of me kind of thinks that they're probably going to give the belt to Roman at Extreme Rules in their next pay-per-view next month.
I don't know.
No.
You can't do that.
Seth's going to face Orton. Seth's facing Orton for the next, 2 months.
Okay.
I think
Because Orton beat Seth, so what does Roman have to say? Roman will probably get a title shot, but honestly, I see him facing Orton for a while.
Yeah, Reigns gonna
I
feud
thought
with
they was-
like a
I thought-
Big Show or something.
I thought they were still gonna pencil in Rollins versus Roman for a little bit.
Maybe.
Go.
that too.
But why? Why? Randy has more of a say of why he should face off against.
Oh no! I'm not.
I feel like Randy would be a better option than Roman at this point. This is your chance to rebuild up Roman Reigns, so you should be
Agree.
doing your best to avoid him from the title as possible, so that way fans don't like him. So that way fans can start liking him again and realize, oh, this guy is not just the next John Cena where he gets title shot after title shot.
True. You got a point there.
That's WWE.
But, you know-
That's WWE for you though.
Yeah, we don't know what WWE will do. It's basically up to them of what they
Yeah, tune
decide.
into Raw tomorrow.
Wait
later on
tomorrow, guys. Yeah, later on tonight on USA Network. But yeah, Aisha,
Yes, sir.
listen, we're gonna wrap up the show now. So right now we're gonna let you go. All right, Aisha. Thank you for calling in. All right.
All right.
Well, take
Oh,
care,
no
Aisha.
problem. Thank you, guys.
Take care, Don. That was Aisha, guys. And you know what, guys? I think it's time for wrap this up.
Wait, hold
When
on.
you think about
I want to add one more image before we go, but go ahead. Just go ahead,
All right.
Steven.
when you think of WrestleMania, guys, overall, I think, again, it goes down to, you know what? It's going to come down to a show that, again, what the hell? WrestleMania will go down 31 when I think about it as, you know what? It's a show that, you know what? It could have been bad, but it was not. A show that a lot of people were bitching about and complaining about that ended up having a success.
It exceeded my expectations.
Yep.
Mine too, it did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think 31 when it comes down to it. Go on, Steven.
Go on, Chase.
I think 31 when it comes down to it. Right now, everyone's high on it. You know, they're saying it's one of the greatest manias ever and stuff like that. But I think when you kind of look back on it, you know, a couple years from now, you'll kind of be like, yeah, some of the results were kind of okay, and some of the matches were just kind of okay. 31 is definitely a better mania than expected, 100%. but I put it down on the lines where it's kind of like an average WrestleMania, like kind of like a 24, 26, a 23, a 22. Like, you can rewatch that Mania, but it's not one of the top tier, really, really great WrestleManias. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a watchable, fun Mania. It's a fun, watchable Mania. Like, it's easy to watch. Like, you're not going to be like, oh, I have to go watch. It's not like when you're rewatching WrestleMania, you're like, fuck, I got to go watch 2. Fuck, you know? You're like, oh, 31, yeah, I can go watch that easily.
Gotta watch 9.
Yeah, to me, it's like, WrestleMania 31 was expected to be one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, but when it was delivered, it surprised a lot of people and turned out to be an enjoyable WrestleMania. It's not going to be up there with the best, but it's still going to be something that was enjoyable to fans.
Indeed,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and all the champions that defended their titles lost.
Well, not all the champions.
Well, not
Cesaro is
that
still
was the
champion.
kickoff show. Talking about the title matches.
True, I forgot that
Yeah.
that belt doesn't count. those titles don't count.
Pound for
Yeah,
pound
this
glory.
is
Pull up.
and this is not okay.
Comment to the arena. Comment to it's Pound for Pound Glory. What up, John? Y'all want to check out some boxing videos? Go check them out. Good friend of mine. He writes here. Do you think Ronda Rousey moment? Do you think the Ronda Rousey moment was planned? It could have been planned.
Yeah,
You
it
can
was.
say, yeah, it was planned. I say it was planned.
Yeah.
Then I get a comment here from Brian Roger. Are you like me? Do you think they should have Brock win the belt back tomorrow on Raw? No.
No.
What the fuck?
No, oh my god,
No,
I
no.
do not.
Why?
Please die on that comment, Jesus.
Oh god, damn, dude, no. I'm done. I'm done with him as I'm cool with Brock staying in WWE, but him as champion, I'm over it, man. I don't need to see him hold the belt hostage again. But yeah,
Exactly.
31. For all you people saying it's as good as 30, stop it right now. 30 was a great show. 31 is just kind of like, it's considered great now because you're really high on it. But wait until a couple months, and so you're going to be like, it was a pretty good show.
Yeah, wait till the high comes down.
Yeah.
Anywho, guys, it's unfortunate now that WrestleMania weekend is no longer here. Because after tomorrow,
Back to
back to reality, what Raw is in WWE. But again, the future looks good. The future does look good.
Yep, with 5 Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins was the only young
It's
talent.
like there's going to be a glimmer of hope.
Yeah,
for that.
that's the thing that hurts this Mania that I think a lot of people will kind of disregard. It's like not really much young talent won on this one.
There's Seth Rollins. I don't count Daniel Bryan because he's been established already. He doesn't need the ice.
Yeah, like Dean Ambrose should have won the title,
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
Exactly. But anywho, guys, wraps up the WrestleMania 31 review. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to all of you who called in as well. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Like I said down below, my little thing here, my little overlay. And hit this video with the like. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Check out the TML podcast this Friday, live on the TML podcast YouTube channel. Link to the channel down below in the description. Subscribe to it as well. Tune in and all that fun stuff. So yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up for me. Thank you all as always. Boys, plug away. The floor is yours.
all right. You can follow me on Twitter at HamWalter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/knowledgeofwrestling. And yeah, the one thing I forgot to say, I like that the crowd was chanting "Cena sucks" during his entrance.
There you go.
That was funny.
You can follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68 and check out my YouTube channel, Chase Oliver, for more wrestling content.
Of course, I am Connor, a.k.a. OKFabe. You can follow me on Twitter at OKFabe and check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/OKFabe forever.
And check out the OKFabe Random Wrestling Podcast available on iTunes, Stitcher, and ShoutEngine.com. I had to put it out there as well,
Thank you, bro.
I'm Jeff. You can follow me at Unigamer661 on Twitter, and you can check out my YouTube channel, The Unigamer661, where I do wrestling rants, video game rants and playthroughs, cooking videos, cover songs, just random different things on my YouTube channel.
Indeed. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up with one giant cock fist.
He didn't win. It's all about the future.
We're still doing the Talk Fist party.
Yeah.
Exactly. No farm animal. No farm animal over here.
Yeet.
Sorry, guys. And remember, guys, toaster dicking is important. Good night, everyone. Peace.
Peace.
Toast cooking.